Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture number 11 of unit number 1 matrices. In this lecture, we'll start the new content of the unit number 1 orthogonal matrix, linear and orthogonal transformations. Okay, so we'll discuss the definition of orthogonal matrix, linear transformation and orthogonal transformations. And then we'll discuss the examples based on these three definitions. Okay, now the next content of the unit number 1 is eigenvalues and eigenvector. For understanding concept of eigenvalue eigenvectors, one must understand the concept of a linear transformation. Okay, now before discussing that content, we'll go through all these three definitions and we'll do some examples based on these definitions. First definition, orthogonal matrix. What do we mean by orthogonal matrix? A square matrix of any order n is said to be orthogonal if and only if A into A transpose equal to A into A transpose into A equal to identity matrix. So whenever we take the transpose of that matrix, the product of that matrix with its transpose from left or right, means you can take any in any order, it has to be equal to identity matrix and of that same order. If it is equal to identity matrix, then we can say that the given matrix is what? Orthogonal. Okay. Next, some properties of the orthogonal matrix is whenever you want to verify whether the matrix is orthogonal or not, just simply take the product of A with A transpose and show that it is equal to identity matrix. That will be enough for proving the matrix is orthogonal. Now some properties of orthogonal matrix. Determinant of orthogonal matrix A is always equal to plus 1 or minus 1. It may be plus 1 in some case, it may be minus 1. It will not have any other determinant other than plus 1 or minus 1. Second property, the inverse of the orthogonal matrix equal to its transpose. Because A into A transpose identity, the value of the inverse of the matrix is simply the transpose of that matrix. So if you have in front of you an orthogonal matrix and if you want to calculate its inverse, simply take the transpose of that matrix, you will get the inverse of that matrix. Third property, if you know that A is orthogonal matrix, then A inverse and A transpose both matrices are orthogonal. So whenever the matrix A is orthogonal, its inverse and its transpose which are same, they both of them will be orthogonal. Next definition of a linear transformation. It is a function. Okay, linear transformations are functions from one space to other space. Okay, the transformation y equal to x, we denote them by y equal to x, like y equal to f of x functions. Okay, the transformation capital Y equal to capital A into capital X is called a linear transformation from x to y. It maps the vector x to vector y. X to y. When we operate this matrix on the vector x, after multiplication we'll get one more vector, okay, of some dimension, and that is nothing but the linear transformation. Every matrix defines some linear transformation. Okay, so when we operate a matrix on one vector, we call them as a column vector, okay, of some space, we'll get a new vector of some other space. Okay, and such a mapping is called as a linear transformation of the vector x to vector y. Okay, this vector x is mapped to vector y under this transformation. Here the meaning of A is the matrix of the linear transformation. So in these functions, the operator are the matrices. Okay, and that matrices are called as the matrix of the linear transformation. X and y are column vectors. The vector x and y are what? Column vectors. We write them in a column form. Fine. Now some properties related to linear transformation. If determinant of A equal to 0 in this transformation, then this transformation can be called as a singular transformation, because determinant of A equal to 0, it means the matrix is a singular matrix, and if the matrix is singular of this transformation, then the transformation can be called as a singular transformation. If determinant of A is not equal to 0, then the matrix is called as non-singular. Okay, and the transformation accordingly can be called as a non-singular transformation, or one other word we use, a regular transformation. The meaning of a regular transformation is what? The determinant of that matrix of the transformation is non-zero. If third property, if A is orthogonal matrix, then the transformation y equal to x can be called as an orthogonal linear transformation. Okay, so depending upon the nature of the matrix A, we have different definitions of a linear transformation: singular linear transformation, regular linear transformation, orthogonal linear transformation, like that. Now if A inverse exists, okay, so whenever A inverse of this matrix exists, in that case inverse linear transformation also exists, and that is given by simply you take inverse on this side, so that can be written as x equal to A inverse y, and such a transformation is called as inverse linear transformation. In short, I have written L dot T dot. Okay, now next definition is very important, the definition of a composite linear transformation. Like composite functions, we are having composite linear transformations also. If y equal to ax is a linear transformation that maps x to y, and x equal to bz is another linear transformation which maps z to x. So here what situation we are having? Z is going to x, here we are having x is going to y. So z is going to x, x is going to y, so z can go to y, right? Then the linear transformation from z to y is given by, how to obtain that linear transformation which maps z to y? Take first transformation y equal to x. In this transformation we can replace the value of x from the second transformation. Okay, so that I have done. I have considered the first transformation and I have the value of x also. That value of x I have replaced. So after replacing that value, here I will have the product of two matrices A with B. So this will be again a new matrix, right? So we'll have again one linear transformation that maps z to y, and this is the transformation which maps z to y equal to A into B z. Is called a composite linear transformation, and the matrix A into B is the matrix of the composite linear transformation. So this is the composite linear transformation, and matrix of this transformation is A into B. Okay, now few examples. Now we are going to, whatever things we have discussed, the definition and properties, based on that some examples we are going to discuss. Okay, some examples I will cover in this lecture and remaining examples will do in the coming lecture of the linear. First example, show that the transformation y1 equal to x1 cos theta plus x2 sin theta, y2 equal to minus x1 sin theta plus x2 cos theta is orthogonal. So this is a transformation that maps x to y. Okay, so if you write this in matrix form, every matrix form is y equal to x. That matrix form we are going to write this transformation, and whatever matrix will have of that transformation, capital A, if that matrix is orthogonal, then this transformation can be called as orthogonal transformations. So what we need to show that here? We need to show that this transformation is orthogonal. It means we need to show that the matrix of the transformation is orthogonal. So we'll do this later on. There are few more examples I have written. If A equal to this matrix is orthogonal, if this matrix is orthogonal, find ABC. So by using the condition of orthogonality, we are going to find the values of ABC. Next, show that the matrix is orthogonal. We need to show that this matrix is orthogonal and find inverse. Okay, so how A inverse we obtain? If you know that this matrix is orthogonal, then A inverse can be obtained by simply taking transpose of that matrix. Okay, so one more example, show that this transformation is orthogonal, like first example. Okay, 4 example I have written and all of them are related to orthogonal matrix definition. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 examples here, and the remaining 2 you can do at home. The first example I'm going to do for you, and the example based on linear transformations we are going to do in the coming lecture. So given transformations, so this is the given linear transformation, y1 equal to x1 cos theta plus x2 sin theta, y2 equal to minus x1 sin theta plus x2 cos theta. Now we are going to write this in the matrix form. So on the left we are having y, so y1 y2, therefore it is y, and here we have multiplication of matrix A with x. Okay, where y is y1 y2, value of A is the coefficients of the unknowns x1 x2. The coefficients are cos theta, sin theta, first row, second row minus sin theta, cos theta, and x is x1 x2. Okay, so these are the matrices of the involved in the linear transformation. Okay, now we need to show that this linear transformation is orthogonal. It means we need to show that this matrix is orthogonal. So consider, for proving the matrix is orthogonal, take the product of A with A transpose and show that it is identity. So A matrix I have written, its transpose I have written here. First row will become first column, second row will become second column after taking transpose. Now multiplication of two matrices, cos theta into cos theta, cos square theta, plus sin theta into sin theta, that is sin square theta. First row, first column, first row, second column, cos theta into minus sin theta cos theta, and sin theta into cos theta is plus sin theta cos theta. Similarly, the multiply by second row to the first column and second column, we'll get these terms. Now we know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, and these are the like terms with opposite signs, so they will get cancelled. So 0 0, which is equal to identity matrix. Therefore by definition A is orthogonal, and as A is orthogonal, this will imply y equal to x is an orthogonal linear transformation, and which is needed to show. Okay, so hence the result. Okay, this is how you can prove that how the transformation is orthogonal. In similar way, you try to complete this at home. Show that the transformation is orthogonal. This is 3 by 3 matrix you will get here. Okay, again y equal to ax you will have. It is a 3 by 3 matrix. Take its transpose, take the product. You know how to multiply two matrices and show that it is identity matrix of order 3. And once you get it is identity matrix of order 3, you can claim that by definition the matrix is orthogonal, and hence the linear transformation is orthogonal. Now let us solve the next example. This is the example number 2. Given matrix is this, and it is given that it is orthogonal. Under this condition, we are going to obtain the values of A, B, C. So as this is orthogonal, by definition, we'll have A into A transpose equal to identity. So this is the matrix A, its transpose equal to identity matrix of same order, that is identity matrix of order 3, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Now do the multiplication of these two matrices, and we'll get this matrix. A square plus 5 by 9, AB plus 3 by 9, AC minus 2 by 9, 3 by 9 plus AB, 2 by 9 plus B square, BC, AC minus 2 by 9, B into C, 8 by 9 plus C square equal to 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So this is matrix, and it is equal to this matrix. So we can equate the entries of the matrices. So there you will get 9 equations, but we don't need all 9 equations. Out of this, you select such equations that will give us the values of AB. So if you see the diagonal entries, here we have A square plus 5 by 9, and it is equal to this diagonal entry 1. This entry B square plus 2 by 9, this is equal to 1, and C square plus 8 by 9 also equal to 1. Only this, if you consider these 3 equations, that will be enough to obtain the values of A, B, C. So from this equation, you will get A square as 4 by 9. After shifting this 5 by 9 on this side, you will get B square as 7 by 9, C square as 1 by 9. And on taking square root on both sides, you will get the value of A as plus minus 2 by 3, B as plus minus root 7 by 3, and C as plus minus 1 by 3. So this is how you can obtain the values of A, B, C by using the given condition that matrix is orthogonal. This is not difficult. Okay, and don't equate all the 9 equations. Just take the equations that will give you the value of A, B, C. Okay. Now one more problem is remained. Problem number 3. Show that the matrix is orthogonal and find A inverse. So I am leaving this for you. Show that, use the definition A into A transpose, show that it is equal to identity matrix, and after proving that, how we will obtain the A inverse? For orthogonal matrix, A inverse equal to A transpose. Use that condition. A inverse equal to A transpose. Simply by taking transpose, you will get the inverse of that matrix. But you need to show that it is orthogonal first. Okay. Now this is it from this lecture. We have discussed about the orthogonal matrix and examples based on orthogonal matrix. Orthogonal transformation also one example we have taken. Now example based on the linear transformation and composite linear transformations we are going to cover in the coming lecture. So that's it from this lecture. Thank you.